Nate Smith. You know him, you love him. My namesake. Veteran of such groups as the Fearless Flyers, Dave Holland's Quintet, among many others. But what are Nate's 5 greatest beats? Because maybe if you're a recent Nate fan, you're not familiar with the whole back catalog. But those of us dyed-in-the-wool jazz heads know the entire Nate story. We're going to be sampling from Nate's entire catalog, and I'll be showing you how these beats work, breaking them down, so you'll be able to understand them even if you're not a drummer. Today on 80/20, the 5 greatest beats of the other Nate Smith. Stay tuned. Dudes, just a quick note, if you'd like a written transcription of these beats, you don't need to do it yourself. You can just click the link below the player, enter your email address in on the next page. We'll send them right to you. That's it, on to the lesson. For our first Nate Smith beat, we're gonna go to the Kinfolk catalog. This beat caught my attention a few years ago when Kinfolk played live on Tiny Desk. So much so that I made a video about it then. The first Nate Smith beat in our retrospective is Skip Step. So what you just heard is the basic beat for Skip Step. I'm gonna show you this super quick. There are 3 parts to it. It's gonna be interesting to you, even if you're not a drummer. Chapter 1, time signatures. I like to think of this as 2 bars of 4, 1 bar of 6, 1 bar of 3. Let me show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the time signatures. The other thing is, you can play this beat without the lead hand. So whatever the lead hand's doing, doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. In a lot of cases, Nate'll actually hold a shaker with his right hand. And sometimes he'll do this drop catch stroke. But far and away the most common hat pattern he does is just this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll all be transcribed for you if you click the link below. And that's how to play Skip Step. For our second epic Nate beat, we're gonna go all the way back to the old school. To the days when I heard he was replacing Billy Kilson and Dave Holland's band, and I knew that due to the low odds of 2 drummers with exactly the same name ever playing with the same artist, I'd lost my shot. Why? Luckily, we got this killer beat in the trade. And it's a beat I bet not too many recent fans of Nate's have heard. I give you Vicissitudes. So the Vicissitudes beat is kind of like a songo-based thing in slow 7. It's easiest to teach it to you in a big bar of 4 followed by a big bar of 3. But let me first play sort of what I think he's doing without the hi-hat embellishments. So it's something like 5, 6, 7. So what we're gonna have is a constant 8th note in the hi-hat, and the ride cymbal bell is gonna be playing quarters. The kick drum is gonna mirror Dave Holland's bass pattern, which is just this, 3, 4. And you can do anything with the snare drum, but what Nate tends to do is to ghost everything else, but accent the E of 3, so the second 16th note of beat 3. So putting that all together, it'll sound like this, 3, 4. adding that slow bar 3 to the end and making a whole bar 7, I'll kind of tend to play a kick drum pattern that's something like this. 3, 4. So adding the snare drum and the ride cymbal in, it'll sound like 3, 4. And that's the vicissitudes beat. For our third Nate beat, we go back to familiar territory with another gem from Kinfolk. Probably my favorite recording of this is from the Zildjian Artist-in-Residence concert. And speaking, of course, of dynamite. So this is a really simple Chris Dave / Dilla / Slinky / falling down the stairs beat. Face contortions are optional. And it's a 9-bar phrase, at least in the verse. During the solos, they actually play with lengthening the phrase, like each solo gets slightly longer until it's just ridiculous. But for now, you can just think of it as a 9-bar phrase, where in bar 8 and bar 9, you have this figure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you go back to the beat. Our fourth beat is another oldie but goodie. This is another one I've done videos about, such as this one. This comes from the Chris Potter Underground days, but it was actually written by guitarist Adam Rogers. Our fourth epic Nate beat is Rumples. So that's the beat for Rumples. Super simple, this one's all in 4. And if we just play 8s on the hats, it'll sound like this. 3, 4. Two quick embellishments I want to show you. Number 1 is you can hear it in such places on the recording as this. So we just put that in. I'll play it a little slowly. 3, 4. The other thing is the accented 2-stroke rough, which comes a lot of times right before the downbeat. So that's just a rough where it's a double. But the second stroke is rim-shotted. So. And that's the Rumples beat. Finally, no Nate Smith retrospective would be complete without something from the Fearless Flyers days. Our fifth and final Nate Smith beat is Ace of Aces. The Ace of Aces beat, maybe the most famous Nate Smith beat if you come to this from the Fearless Flyers Wolfpack side. This one is also maybe one of the most difficult beats for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's deceptively difficult because it's got ghost notes in weird places, and it's got an unaccented pickup to a rim shot, which is a little technical. And the other reason is it's got this drop catch thing. For a lesson all about the drop catch, check this video. But I'll give this to you in 2 steps. It's a 2-stepper. First, we'll take away the lead hand again, and we'll just play the skeleton of the beat, which will sound like this. 3, 4. Pretty simple, right? The difficulty comes when you have the lead hand. Luckily, Nate makes it a little easier by giving you an open hat at the beginning of every 2 bars. And for all you veteran drop catchers out there, you know that that's a little respite. And that's the Ace of Aces beat. Anyway, dudes, hope you enjoyed this one. Always love doing these. Once again, if you'd like a free transcription of all the beats in this lesson, just click the link below the player and enter your email address in on the next page. It's totally free. And did I miss a Nate Smith beat I should have recognized? Let me know politely in the comments. Anyway, guys, it's been real. Always enjoy these. See you again real soon in another lesson of the week.